What's happening, faithful and folks? I am Lawrence. Welcome to Platform 246. Thank y'all so much for stepping up. It's Tuesday. It's 49ers Tuesday. And damn it, it took forever to get here, but it's a victory Tuesday. Niner ganger don't bang. As y'all know, we got it done on Thursday night football. We beat Skeeto's ass 21-13. Holla if you hear me. Welcome to Platform 246 again. Thank y'all so much for stepping up. Please check the poll out that we have. We do have a poll question for you today. There are two answers to that poll question. So we had somebody who actually hit it before we even got into it, which I always do like. But the poll question is up for you. If you can check that out, we sincerely appreciate it. It doesn't even show me what it is because I'm looking at it from just a whole nother area again. But you know what it is. You can see it there. To the right, to the bottom, to the top, whatever it may be. But how is everybody? Please let me know what you think. Leave a comment on the video as well. Like the video if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel. We want to push to 600 subscribers. We want to get there by the year's end. So that's like 19 days that you have left, right? No, shit. We need 19 more, and you only have 11 days to help us get there. Technically 12 if we go that route. But how is everybody doing? We beat Skeet-Addle 21-13. On Thursday. For me, it was an up and down game. I think that the score does not really constitute how the game went, though. For the most part, we were dominant throughout. There were a few things that I necessarily didn't like throughout the game. We can get into that. But again, I'm just really happy that we did get the victory. We not only got the victory, but we are now in third place. We're locked into third place, the third seed for the playoffs. We cannot do any worse than that. So aren't you happy to hear that? I know that I am. But we can't get to second place. We can't possibly get to first place. A lot needs to happen. As we saw the Minnesota Vikings, frauds as they are, had a 33-point deficit that they came back from at home, no less, in Minnesota. They were down 33-zip at the half to the Colts. They came back. So thank you for that. Thanks a lot, DeForest. Thank you to DeForest Buckner, as I talked about earlier today on Ted Talks Ball. And shout out to Ted. I was on his show this morning. Excellent time. And check him out if you get a chance to. Ted Talks Ball. Great 49 content creator. But thank you so much, Defo. Just one more stop is all we needed. Is all we could ask for. Just one. But please, you can check the poll out. It's right to the either it's up above, it's to your right, your left. You're looking at some different shit than I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? So check it out for me, please. Answer that question. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. But let's get into some ball. Skeet-Addle. Old gum chewer himself. Old horse face. Pete Carroll. He opened up his doors to us. And as we all saw with the Trent Williams thing. I know what that is, Trent Williams. Snitches get stitches. Okay. I put that out on Twitter this week. And follow us on Twitter at BamBamLLD. That's BAMBAMLLD. But yeah, I put that out on Twitter. I know what this is, Loke. I know what that is. Okay. And Damien, what's happening? Looks like we got somebody in the building. At least somebody that's stepping up, making it be known that they're here. How you doing, Damien? I would have made Matty Ice Uber back home if he needed to walk home. I wouldn't even let him Uber himself. Honestly. I would have made that son of a bitch walk. Pete, Bubba Young Carroll spit his gum out. What's happening, David? What's happening, Damien? Two gentlemen I love to see in the comments. How y'all doing? Looks like I got another gentleman that I love to see. I don't know if he wants me to bring him in or he's going to bring himself. I'm just going to assume he can bring himself in. He can shake his head yes or no if that's not the case. But, yeah, Pete Carroll had a rough time, as we all got a chance to see, and we all love that. We can't stand the Seahawks. I had a conversation today with Ted where we both stated that, with the Rams, with the Cowgirls, the sheep. Let me get it right. With the sheep, the Cowgirls, and then of course Skeet-Addle. Skeet-Addle has to take the crown and the trophy as the number one most hated team that we deal with on a consistent basis. They're in our division, and the Rams are more like your little cousin that just is like annoying and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't really bother you. You can leave them alone. They'll never get to where you're at. But the sea shits unfortunately have been a thorn in our ass for a very, very long time. What's up? Rest in peace to the sheep. You sold your soul, and the devil, Lucifer, came to collect real quick. As I said, again on Twitter. Pete Carroll and they really are, though. Their faces do not move. Did you notice that? You notice how their faces don't move? Damien saying, "What's up to David? Big play. Are you looking to come in? Are you looking to bring me in? Or are you just chilling?
What's up, man?
What's up, man? This is my
What's up?
child. This is my son. Well, he's not a child, but this is my son. If you're not aware, some of you already are. What's going on, Big Play Trey?
What's going on, Lo?
How's your day going, son?
My day's going real good.
How's it feel to be NFC West champion, folks? Well, here goes my stream. The second my son came in, too, struggling to bring up the comments. And you're frozen, I think, right now too, my son. There you go. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Day's going real good. That's good. It's almost Christmas time. See you in 3. David, Damien said, "What's up to you?" Eric, I see you in the building too, sir. What's going on? I'm trying to get the comment to pop up. They just will not pop up now. Of course.
Of course, something's always going wrong. But yeah, how's it feel, everybody? How's it feel to be NFC West champs? First time since 2019. We're going back to the playoffs, and now we're starting to get real respect and recognition from the league. Something that I'm personally not used to. I'm not used to the whole league respecting us and giving us recognition and stuff. It's new.
It is new. I think I heard you, son. Thank you, son, for that. My apologies, folks and faithful. Sometimes it's the algorithm. Sometimes it's YouTube and the Wi-Fi. They just don't connect, like a bad relationship. And it's every time that I want to stream live. But son, I think you were talking about the respect that we've been getting.
Yeah, it's respect and recognition. It's new. Like I was saying, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it.
I'm not used
We
to
are
it
a
either, son.
very hated team.
We are. We are. Hello to everyone again. Rams fans remind me of Simba when Mufasa died. They have a lot of crying to do right now. That they do. David McNew in the building. Everybody, please, if you don't mind, hit the like button. If you share the video on your social media too, your Facebook, your Twitters, all those things in the Twitterverse, we sincerely appreciate it. Get some other people in here with us. I hate the Lambs, David McNew Niner says, and the Sea Chickens equally, but hating the red chickens would be like hating the kids on the short bus. No rings. I get that. Yes, they're nondescript. They're just 100% nondescript. But Trey said, everyone's picking us ESPN. Everyone's saying Stephen A. Smith saying today, we're the scariest team in the league. Do you agree with that? And do you think that people saying that now is just the media trying to jump on the bandwagon and fuck you all? We've been on it since forever. What do you think?
Well, I've been thinking we were the scariest team in the league since July of last year. I was saying last year, realistically, we might go undefeated. I was saying that last year before the season even started. I was saying we might go undefeated. We got off to just a rough start.
We did.
And but after that bye week, we really found ourselves, and this is the team that we have always been. I know we did add Christian McCaffrey, and that makes us even scarier. But the defense, I mean, this is the team that we've always been. We've always been this scary, and I don't think there is another team in the whole league better than our team.
Amen. I don't think that there's another team in the league better than us from top to bottom. Mitch Wisnowski is a monster. Okay, top to bottom, special teams, defense, offense. When you put and then coaching staff as well. That's part of the team too. The culture of our team, the fans. I think we have the best organization in all of football, without a doubt. Now you talk about getting CMC though, so let's get into a little bit of that. Kyle Shanahan today just had his press conference. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may have not. We do have that. If anybody wants to see that, y'all can let us know in the comments if you want to go over that for a minute. It's 8 minutes from Kyle. We can do a little breakdown of that, or we can just talk about it. But one of the things that he did say is that we will not, and I know that's a question that's been going around everywhere. What's happening, Niner? Empire Always podcast. What's going on, sir? How you doing? Thank you so much for stepping up tonight. Please hit that like button, folks, if you haven't already. Media and all bandwagoners. F you all. Red and gold until I'm dead and cold. Amen, David. Yes, I'm 40 years, 30, well, 30, technically, I give myself about 34 years. 34 years, Niner gang. Damian Lee says high paid QBs, no playoffs. Matt Ryan, Russell Williams, whatever Sierra's last name is, and Aaron Rodgers. Again, amen. Yes, very, very high paid, and they're not sniffing anything. Don't forget the other Matthew Stafford. That's a pretty decently high paid quarterback, and his ass isn't going anywhere but fishing this spring. So yeah, that's nice.
He's not even retiring.
Yes, we get him for one more year, faithful, at least one more year. One more. Yeah, Matt Stafford said today. Well, actually, his wife said, because she speaks for him. His wife said today that he's not retiring. He'll be back next year, and so will she. And her podcast. Amen to that. Yes. So, but Kyle Shanahan said today he does not intend to rest any players for the games. That would include CMC. Now, he's kept a lot of them out of practice today. How do you feel about that, Faithful? And how do you feel about that, son? I know that's something that, again, a lot of people have been asking. Literally immediately following the end, the 0-0-0-0 on Thursday, after we saw George Kittle in that shirt. The next question was whether or not we should start to, hold out some of our players to make sure that they're healthy for the playoffs. So what do you think, Trey? And what do you, Faithful, think as well? Please let me know in the comments. What is your thoughts on that? Because Kyle said today he's not going to do so unless there's, an imminent injury, because his primary reason for that is what he's seen over his career is you get held out for the last game, last two games, whatever the case is, and then you as an individual player, you struggle as soon as the playoffs start.
So that I can agree with. I don't think we should hold out players at all. The only player that we could really hold out would be Bosa, because Bosa could just, Bosa is
Wake
Bosa.
up.
He'll just, he'll wake up and just be ready to go. Miss 3 weeks, no practice, but it's Bosa. He's really the only person, but still, I think if we're doing anything, we should probably limit these guys. Maybe have them play first half, maybe 3/4. But definitely not whole games. They shouldn't. I just don't think that would be good. Holding them out for weeks, not playing against another team. Even if they are practicing at full speed, still going, practice and games, they're still different. That's a different environment always. So I do think that these guys, they need to keep playing, keep the momentum rolling going into the playoffs.
And thank you for saying that word momentum, son. That was actually our question. I could not remember it at the start of this, and damn sure couldn't see it since I'm on a whole different type of stream than YouTube. But yes, do you think, whether it be in the comments or answer the poll question, do you think that we need to continue to play our players, or you think that we need to rest them? I am a proponent of momentum. Momentum takes place during games. We all know that. It changes, at the drop of a dime or a hat, that is. So, I think it could change from week to week for a team too. Damian Lee says Sierra's oldest son just told Russell, "You're not my daddy." Mask off. Mask off. Shout out to Future. He's not his daddy. Niner Empire Always podcast says Niners or NFC West champs, the crown is ours. Put it on your head. Put your Burger King crowns on, folks. It's okay. Doesn't matter where you got it from. Go get you a crown from your local Dollar Tree, your local 99, whatever it is. Get you a crown and wear one, because we earned it. Now they earned it with their bodies. We earned it with our hearts. But Kyle Shanahan's trying to keep bodies fresh. I agree with you. I think if we just maybe play players for a half, it gives us a chance to see the TDPs, the Jordan Masons Kyle, Danny Gray, Kyle, to see if any of these people can play.
We
Kyle,
know they can.
say what?
We know they can. Jordan
We know
Mason
they
proves
can't.
it every time.
Jordan Mason averages 1,100 yards per carry every time he comes into the game. Kyle, what are you doing?
On those 5 carries he gets,
123 yards.
yeah,
What? What? Come on, Kyle. Yeah, 60 yards. 5 carries, 60 yards. Come on, Kyle. Give us a little bit of TDP, a little bit of JPM, and a little bit of GD. Okay, give us a GD and not Chicago, not Kanye style GDs. Give us some. I mean, well, that's DG anyway. Give us. There you go. Give us some Danny Gray. He's just. I mean, just let us see it, Kyle. Let us see if it can work a little bit. You don't have to get all the way in your bag with them. You know, I'm sure you probably have some Madden plays whipped up for them that you're holding on to for dear life. Which bring
and
in the.
with this game especially, we don't have Debo. We're already in the playoffs. I mean, there's really no excuse not to see Danny Gray this game. None at all.
And we
No
don't
excuse.
mean if we get up 21-6 at the in the end of the fourth.
Or have him come out and do a backflip on a QB kneel at the end of the game. And that's the only time we see.
We don't need that. No, we need to see him at least. I don't even need to see him on the go route. I need to see more of a slant. Because that's what our offense is. I need to see a slant. Why can't we just run Danny Gray on the screen that we run to Debo 7 times per game? Danny Gray can't catch that pass.
We don't even do
Why are we
that
not doing
anymore.
that?
He's just we at first we were saying, why are you running so many screens? And because of that, he just
he heard you
completely. He just stopped. He don't run a single screen unless it's 3rd and 25. That's it. That's the only
True.
time he'll run a screen now.
Speaking of that, he spoke, or this probably wouldn't be the same thing, but he was just speaking about his play calling today, and he said that he wouldn't have run that same type of play that the Patriots ran, a draw to end the game. They asked him that. Stupid Matt Mayoko. Matt Mayoko asked the dumbest questions. I'm sorry, I'm not offending anyone here watching this, but he just needs to quit. He needs to retire. But he asked him, what'd you think of that? Like it fucking matters, Matty. Another idiot named Matt. Another loser named Matt. Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford, Matt Mayoko. Yeah, he asked him, what was your thoughts on that? He said, well, I wouldn't run that play to end the game, first of all, which I think what a lot of people were thinking. Good job, Matt Patricia. But yeah, why did you run a draw? Just fucking kneel the ball, bro. Just kneel down. But yes, he also doesn't call too many screens nowadays either. I think he may have heard you, son, and decided to stop running them. Because we were talking about that on some of our live streams. When Kyle's running the screen, whether it's a good chance to do it or a good time to do it, and why so many.
Just ran 11 screens. Like that's a lot of screens. That's a whole lot of screens.
We don't
I don't
need
even
it,
know what the score was. I don't know if it was a close game, if it was a big game, but 11 screens is a lot.
Well, did it work? Is the biggest question. Was it working even?
Apparently not. We were complaining about it.
Yeah, because they know what your book is on Tyshawn, on Debo now, Kyle. You need to go deeper into your bag, put some other things out, or run some of those plays for some other people. Run some of those same Debo plays. I don't know why Danny Gray can't run a reverse. You don't want to run Danny Gray on a reverse? Really, Kyle?
Yeah, on the end around instead of having
on the end around.
Debo, let it be Danny Gray.
We can't have a Danny Gray end around. Ridiculous. Damien says Chris Collinsworth has emotional damage. I hate Chris Collinsworth from the Niners. He doesn't need to call our game. He should be banned from calling our games. He's almost pulling for us to lose.
Like if you have affiliation toward the team, you couldn't referee that game. You couldn't call that game.
Well, we know.
Romo always calling Cowboy games.
Constantly. Okay, that's what I'm speaking about. Tanya Aikman calling the Cowboys games. I think Oh, you said Tony Romo calls a lot of Cowboys games as well. And then of course we got Chris Collinsworth, who he just calls our games. So if you have either just still ties to a team, you should not be able to call that game. I can agree with that. I can't stand hearing Traegman call a Cowboys game. I really can't stand watching the Cowboys games. But to hear him call one, imagine if Michael Irvin called a Cowboys game. Watch him in the mornings on ESPN. You'll know what I'm talking about. But Chris Collinsworth hates us because we beat him in the Super Bowl twice. Yes, embarrassingly. He never has anything. He tries to stir up shit in the media about us all the time. The James, he's one of the biggest proponents of issues with James and any other quarterback that's on the team. And then he will downplay anything that we do well in the game every chance that he gets. Hopefully, we don't have to listen to him too much more the rest of the season. But let's move on to something else that we want to talk about. Speaking of resting players, as we may know, hopefully some of you do, Javon Kinlaw and the young Kalia Davis, who played linebacker apparently in high school and is basically really athletic. John Lynch compares him basically to G.J. Jones, but of course he would. It's John Lynch. What do you think about the fact that we've been able to open up the practice windows for both Javon Kinlaw and Kalia Davis? This is to see which, and it was really shrewd by the team to have Kalia right now, because if Javon is not ready, they have 3 weeks, both of them, to practice. And what Kyle also said today is that as soon as Javon's ready, he's going to play him. So outside of that, if he doesn't look ready or whatever the case is, they have Kalia Davis as a backup that can come in and get some reps for the first time for us this season. What are your thoughts on that?
That is huge. Getting Javon Kinlaw back. Javon Kinlaw he's one of those guys that he wants to play football,
He
and
does.
getting him back, he's big. Now we already have a good run game, but having him in there with Eric Armstead, it just shuts everything down. No
Everything
team is
down.
going to be able to just even think. You'll have to game plan away from the run game. So getting him back would just be that would be huge, huge.
Shout out to Grant. Yes, getting him back would be huge. Grant Cohn's best friend, Javon Kinlaw. The man just takes up a lot of space. Now, we know Eric Armstead takes up a lot of space in his first game back, or at least I don't know if it's his first game back. I think it may have been his second, but in the Miami game, maybe some of you saw the play where Bosa got the loop around him on a stunt and get to Tua, because he had 2.5 people on him. Now, imagine when we finally get Javon Kinlaw, hopefully healthy, back and available too, in the middle with Eric Armstead. There's no space. It's like you said, they're going to have to game plan, I think, away from the run game. And the pockets are going to get pushed. It's going to be nasty. I think if Javon Kinlaw can come back with any semblance of of decent play, or even just sparingly, if he's getting winded as he try to get his football legs back, we have people that can come off the bench and spell him, the people that have been playing the season. But getting someone like that, and I think the best thing about him that you said is that he likes to play football. He wants to play football. He cried when he got drafted to us. I'm sure he's probably had a lot of tearful nights over the last 2 years, if I had to guess, honestly, and this season especially, seeing his team, his brothers, really start to run through the league, and he can't contribute. So I think it'll be good. Saying that Kalia Davis could be a steal for us. Have you been able to hear anything about him, or did you see any of his little clips
No,
that are going around the internet?
no, is that somebody that we drafted or signed or?
Yes, I'm sorry. So Kalia Davis, and folks, if maybe you're not even aware of who that is, he was I want to say he was our 6th round draft pick, or he may have been the pick right before Brock, maybe in the 7th round. But he came in. He's part of our ACL. He had a torn ACL in college, in his final year of college. They still drafted him on potential. And let him sit red shirt, as Kyle is known to do. So Nine Empire says, shuts everything down. It's usually have Kinlaw back on the defensive line. I agree. Even if he's not a sack monster like we want, or he doesn't even get, to be this type of sack master that Defoe was. Just having him there and knowing that nobody's going to get a 5-yard run on us, a
because
four,
we've
maybe even a
seen that
4-yard run on us.
with QB pressure or shutting down the run game, cutting off lanes up the middle that the quarterback can't run. All that is
Exactly.
still
Yep.
huge. All that is huge.
It's some of our biggest issues on defense. I think is always, if somebody's able to run the ball, that's why Kyle is a runner. It's the truth. If you're able to run the ball efficiently, if you're able to get 4 yards a clip, 5 yards a clip on your runs, you're just setting yourself up for good things. And then again, having Kinlaw, I think will stop a lot of that. It will not only get pressure in the middle, like you said, in front of quarterbacks right in their laps with him and Armstead, but it'll really slow down the run. Damian Lee says they have these electric necklaces for dogs. They shock them when they go outside the yard. We need Mike McGlinchey when he goes the wrong direction. Please don't make me start ranting on Mike McGlinchey, Damian. We have a clip on here of some of his lowlights. Check that out down later. It's only like 30 or 40 seconds of his lowlights from 2 games this season where he tried to get Brock Purdy killed. And then also that wonderful block where he ran up. I'm surprised he didn't get an illegal man downfield, but he ran up and started blocking no one in the middle of the field. You all saw it. So yeah, he does though. We need that or a knife, one of the two. But yes, Javon Kinlaw, Kalia Davis back. Do you think that can help the defensive lineman on the edge, having maybe even at least Kinlaw? He'll be probably primarily next to Bosa a lot. You think that could help them?
Definitely. But who is rushing on the opposite side of Bosa, and why isn't it Drake Jackson every play? Who's that
You
other
know why?
rusher?
You know why it's not Drake Jackson ever. So Amanda Hugh, folks. Amanda Hugh is in the middle, right?
Yeah, Amenahue is in the middle.
In the middle. It's Samson Ebukam and then Drake Jackson. Samson Ebukam is the starter and who gets the primarily the bulk of the snaps on defense and on that left edge. McGlinchey needs to leave. See us not soon, bro. You probably got about 7 weeks with us, no problem. Yes, Mike, it's been real. You came in, and a lot of us thought that because you got so close to Joe, because who's not close to him, because he was just a great dude, like one of the best. Because Joe took you under his wing, and you were on the other side. This is before we got Big TW, Big Trent. We thought that you were going to be something. We thought you were going to be somebody. You went to Notre Dame. But we all knew in our hearts that fucking Kyle and John should have taken Quentin Nelson instead of you. But for some reason, they picked you, McGlinchey, and you have been nothing but an albatross around the neck of the right side of our offense, really, since you come into the league. So thank you for that. Thank you for nothing. But again, back on the other side of the ball, and on the other side of the field from Bosa again is Samson Ebukam. And what do you faithful think about that? Please leave a comment for me. Let me know now, later, whenever you see this video. And for the person that may see this, watch it back on a replay, hello to you. Thank you so much. We're about half an hour in here. I should have said that earlier, so I apologize. But if you do watch this video back, thank you so much for doing so. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the topics that we talk about, or whether or not we're good at this or not, or decent at it. Kind of like our team. We definitely don't have a problem giving our opinion on that. But yeah, we want to. I wonder, do you think we're getting enough pressure off the other side of the line? Now, of course, Bosa is constantly just not only flashing, but getting real sacks. In the Seattle game, I sat back and we were live streaming here, and I just kept seeing him bend the corner and almost get there the entire game. I just kept watching, and we were talking about it. It was funny. He was bending, he was just bending that corner, and all of a sudden you see the white flash behind Geno Smith. You see the white flash behind Geno Smith, and he was that close. And then he ends up getting his sacks as usual. But do you think that we need more pressure coming from the other side? Do you folks think that Drake Jackson should be getting more playing time on the other end? When he's in the game, I've seen him bat down a lot of passes or nearly bat down passes. He does seem to get pressure. I think he has maybe 4 or 5 sacks on the season. At one point in the season, he was right up there, second right behind Hutchinson from Detroit as far as the amount of sacks for a rookie. So do you folks think that we need to be playing him more, or are we getting enough pressure off the other end? Despite the pressure that we are getting, though, on the left end, the right end was where he generally comes from, even though he moves around a lot. NB Small Bear, your DPOY, Nick Bosa is a monster. Okay, I watched today the Pat McAfee show, and he spoke about it. He had Aaron Rodgers on. It's Tuesday. It's Aaron Tuesday there, just like it's 49ers Tuesday here. So Aaron Rodgers spoke about Nick Bosa, and he said out of his mouth, which was surprising to me because we know he's a condescending asshole, was he thinks that when 99 is out the league, and we all know who 99 is, who he plays for. He plays for Inglewood. When 99 is out the league, that we may have the best player in the league. Well, I think he's incorrect in that. He probably was smoking a little bit too much of that ayahuasca or whatever the hell it's called. And we already have the best defensive player in the league. Nick Bosa wrecks games. He wrecks drives and he wrecks games. He did it to Seattle. It seems like he's getting stronger and in better shape as the season goes on. He looks pretty good in his uniform. I gotta admit that. He's a huge dude. He looks like a cartoon character, and he kind of plays like one. So I think that he finally will get his just as long as he can stay healthy. Obviously, he's had a core injury in his past, which was devastating. He tore his knee up, but he's come back a lot stronger than he was in the past, and he's playing like the defensive player of the year. And Niner apparently does agree with me. Yes, sir. Thank you. Bosa deserves to be DPOY. He's one of the top vote getters for the Pro Bowl. Everyone knows him. People, make sure you hear this, okay? People have stopped calling him Joey. That's all you need to know right there. They finally stopped calling him Joey. One, because his name is Nick. Two, because he's better than Joey. And again, OH, this is a Buckeye house. My son just left. This is a Buckeye house. It's always been since I was 8 years old. I don't know why, but this is a Buckeye house and a Niner house. So I wanted Joey, and I damn sure wanted Nick, and we got him. And I cried nearly. No, but yeah, he's better than Joey. And he's going to, when their careers are over, he's going to be better than Joey. Yeah, I would assume their sack numbers are probably close at this point in time. Bo says a beast, Brian Cope says, and what's up to Brian Cope, the most busy man in 49ers content creation, the most busy faithful. What's happening, sir? Yes. Yes, I did. Thank you for stepping up. First of all, Brian. Brian gets around, like I always say, I don't know how he feels about it, but he gets around like Tupac. It was a great song. Brian visits all 49er content creators, and sometimes, at the same time. So shout out to Brian Cope. Thank you so much for stepping up, brother. Please hit that like button if you don't mind, unless you're not enjoying today. Damon, yes, I did see that. I was calling that out on the live stream. I don't know if he was doing it the last game, but I think in the we had that was Thursday. We only had one Thursday night game. When does Chris Collinsworth do it? Is it Sunday night? It's Sunday night, right? I believe I don't know if it was the last time we played Sunday, but I was yelling and pulling my hair out during that game because he must have did it like 4 times. And it made me more and more angry every single time. His name is Nick, you bitch. Okay. It's not Joey. And it's not hard to tell the difference. It's not hard to tell the difference. But he consistently does that. And it really makes me. He has to be doing. Thank you, son. They play on 2 different teams. No, but they're both in California, son.
Like they wear completely different colors. He has to be doing it on purpose.
They wear the opposite colors. They wear red and blue. Chrissy, Christina. It was a Sunday night game, yes. And Brian Cope does jump around. We appreciate you jumping up in here all the time, jumping up onto the platform with us. Like seriously, like damn, did we get Joey? Like did we fucking John? Come on, Lynch. Like shit. Bookends. We did it. Because everybody was talking about that. Joey, was his brother start getting big, and then immediately, boom, signed that big ass contract at San Diego. Just like right after all the Niners were saying, "Can we get both of them? Can we get both of them?"
Come over here. Nope.
Signed immediately. Nope.
5 years.
5 years. Nope.
Years. Done.
No.
Never.
Done. Dunzo. Never. Exactly, son. Brian Cope is everywhere I'm at. That is true. I have my man Niner Empire Always podcast is jumping around like House of Pain. Jumps around like House of Pain too. Yes, I have seen that. And then Brian Cope says, I am allowed to listen to my phone at work, so I stay on Niners. Brother, I stopped listening to DJ Vlad. So about all I do is peruse 49er content creators or look at my own channel, which is very hard. You know, it's hard not to do that, to watch your channel and see if your video's hitting or not. See if it's just, or if you got a new sub, you know, whatever the case is. So please subscribe to our channel. We are trying to get to 600. Make me stop having to look at it just a little bit for the Christmas time, folks. How about that? Make me stop having to look at it every hour and see where the subs are. But yes, imagine if we had both of them, we couldn't even lost that Super Bowl we wouldn't even lost that Super Bowl to the Chiefs. We'd be looking at our third straight. If we had both of them, every game would be minimum. We could just win 6-3.
They wouldn't want to play us. I mean, it would be fair.
You wouldn't want to play us. Who are those two white devils on the in the best way possible on the edges of the 49ers defense? Could somebody block one of them? If we had both of them, it would just be it would be as unfair as it really is the fact that we have Christian McCaffrey, when we have Debo and Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. It would be really unfair to that. We would just be if we had a quarterback now. You know, we have 3 decent quarterbacks, but if we had like a superstar quarterback, it would be just that unfair if we had Joey and Nick. And then their dad would probably be around somewhere because he's very prevalent in 40. I don't know what he does with the Chargers, but he's on every 49ers radio station all the time talking about his son. But I understand being proud of your son. So Nick Bosa, you agree, son? You're coming in right at the end of this. We've been talking about Nick as opposed to Joey. Do you think that Nick does? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you're gonna say yes. And bias aside, does Nick deserve to be the defensive player of the year, and why?
He does deserve to be the defensive player of the year. He is the best defensive player in the league right now. He wrecks plays. He wrecks games. No one does it like Nick Bosa does it. He's just a game wrecker. He's a play wrecker. He doesn't actually have to get his hands on the quarterback to wreck the whole play. He is the best defensive player in the league right now.
Now, number 12 in Wisconsin today on the Pat McAfee show, he said that number 99 has to leave the league, and then we have the best defensive player in the league. Do you agree with that?
No, of course not.
Aaron smoking too much ayahuasca or whatever.
Aaron is just, he hates us, so he's never going to give us credit because we skipped him.
Us a little bit.
He
was burning him up. You could tell. He's still mad. But yeah. He said that we don't have the best defensive player in the league yet. Number 99 in Inglewood is, and if he leaves, when he leaves, then we have the best defender. David McNiner says Bosa does deserve it with a capital IT.
Where's 99 this year?
Where's 99 this year? Yeah. He's in a Pro Bowl. He made the Pro Bowl.
He's in a Pro Bowl. Why?
Yes, I found out yesterday that 99 from Inglewood from LA is in the Pro Bowl.
This is why Pro Bowl voting. This is why. Oh, that's what? He hasn't done a thing this year, and he's in the Pro Bowl?
No, yeah. He's made it. He is in voted because I know the fan voting ended on the 15th, and shame on us, faithful, for not voting Big Play Dre. We got Big Play Trey here, but we didn't vote Big Play Dre into the Pro Bowl. And if you ask me, and I want to know what you faithful think now or later, I think he's outplayed Fred this year, at least definitely over the last half of the season. And Fred Warner was in 9th place at some point this time, faithful, but he went straight to Twitter and begging. So Baker begged, and it worked. So shout out to us. So it did work because as soon as I read it, hey, at first I thought, damn, he's begging. Retweet immediately. As soon as I thought, damn, he's begging. Retweet, but I still retweeted it right away. Right away. So, yeah. Oh, let's see. Damien says Aaron is still mad. Niners didn't draft him. He
Yeah.
can discount, double check that, Aaron. Yeah, I'll never forget him standing there saying, well, not as mad as the Niners are going to be for not taking. Shut the fuck up. We own Karen Rodgers. 0-4 versus us against the playoffs where it matters. Where it matters. Definitely. Where at least where it matters most. Unless you win like 8-9 straight against a team, then it starts to matter in the regular season too. But yeah, he did say today that Nick is. That's where I'm going. He did say today that Nick is not the best player in the league. I personally think that Nick Bosa is the best. I think he's a top
two, if anything, top two
defender. I'm talking about overall player. As far as overall player. So I'm including the Patties, the Joshes, the Jossies, all just whoever. I'm including him in everybody. He's the best defensive player in football in my mind, and he's pushing for the best player in football, the most dominant player in football.
If Nick Bosa continues to go on this path, by the time he retires, he might actually be one of the best players to ever play football, ever. If he continues to go, by the time he retires.
I can agree with that, son. If he can play long enough and stay healthy and play at this level, yes. So, and Damien, thank you for that. You say top 15 in the entire league, offense or defense. I was haggling on whether to give him 10. First, I want to say 5. My first thought was 5. That's why it took me so long to answer, because I was about to say he's the top 5 best 5 player in the league. I don't know about that. There may be 5 offensive players who can get over on him. But you say he's a top 15 player overall. You think he cracks the top 10 of overall players, son?
I do think he cracks the top 10. Overall,
I personally think I'd say right at 10. Offense, defense wins championships, offense wins games, and offense is pretty. I could probably think of 9 players on offense better than him overall, maybe. Maybe. But I would put Bosa in the top 10 of the league for us this year, at least this season, because again, watching that Seattle game, watching him come around the corner, and even when he didn't get to, like you said, he doesn't have to get to your quarterback to affect it. I know Gino heard his bare nose bearing down on his ass consistently.
And he's throwing it into the dirt.
And he's throwing passes into the dirt because he's trying to get that ball out of his hands. And Damian Lee, thank you, sir. Between 10 and 15 of all players, I could agree with that. Yeah, he is one of the best overall football players in the NFL. He eats, sleeps, and breathes football, and I'm very happy to have him here. Definitely very happy to have him here. Now, who we have here coming up next, though, are the Washington Commanders. We just saw them. I was pulling for you folks out there in Washington, Mr. Snyder, and all your exploits. Hey, I'm a fan of Vince McMahon's baby and creation. Okay. Now, mind you, he had to sell his team too. But Daniel, your team comes to San Francisco. What are your thoughts, Faithful? What are your thoughts, Big Play Trey, son, on this game?
Or the Commanders?
Huh?
Daniel or the Commanders? Daniel Jones?
Oh no, I'm talking about Daniel Snyder. My apologies, son. Daniel Snyder is the owner of the Washington Commanders, at least for now. Look, let me hit that up real quick. There you go. He's not there yet, Damien. Damien Lee says Lawrence Taylor. Shout out to his first name. Lawrence Taylor was a top 5 player in the league. Like he was literally maybe a top 2, top player, top 5 player probably all time.
Like one of the best, if not the best defensive player of all time. He's definitely top 2.
He's in the top 2 or 3 defensive players of all time. Still, he probably put Reggie White in that category, and maybe somebody in the secondary. But yeah, I would say Lawrence Taylor was at one point in time, he was in the top 2, 3, 4, 5 best players in the league, period. And it wasn't even a question. The entire offense was built around him. The right tackle and left tackles and shit like that, they became so prominent. The right tackle, I believe, more so because of him. The right tackle became a prominent position because of Lawrence Taylor. So Very much agree with you there, Damien. Well said. But like we were speaking about now, we again speaking about linemen. This is a good game to speak about it. It's said that Chase Young may be making his debut in this game. Kyle Shanahan said today specifically, we just hope he does a smart thing. Quote: "We hope he does a smart thing and just waits another week." Now, to me, that must sound like Mike McGlinchey might have something for your ass, Chase. Or maybe he was just saying we don't want him
Or
to
Trent
fuck up our
Williams.
or Trent Williams if he's on the other side, right? Or maybe he was more so he was just saying we don't want him fucking Mike McGlinchey up all game long. Because why
Trent
wouldn't he line? Why
Young
wouldn't he
will
line up
just
over Mike McGlinchey?
bully Mike McGlinchey. It would just be bad game for Brock Purdy.
I think that's why Kyle was saying in the press conference today that he hopes that he's not going to play. He also did say that he's not changing anything for Chase Young because he was trying to be diplomatic. He said that they had a lot of people on their team that are good on their defense, and they do. Washington has a top 6 or 7 defense overall. To get Chase Young back on that defense, what do you think that could do to us as the first thing to talk about for this game? If that defense is full throttle with Chase Young until even though it's his first game in a long time, how do you think that could affect Brock Purdy?
I just don't. I don't see it affecting Brock Purdy much of any, really. Chase Young, he's. I mean, he hasn't played in so long, and he's not like Bosa. You
He's not
can't.
Nick Bosa.
You can't come off of an injury not playing. Like you said, debuted. He hasn't played at all this season,
He hasn't played it all year. All year. Mm-hmm.
and you just can't. We're already in week. What is it? 16.
16.
Yeah, you can't come and make an extreme impact, missing over 16 weeks of football. Um, and Washington, they're not that good of a team. I mean, they're really only in the playoffs because we just keep beating Seattle. But yeah, that's it, really.
I think the NFC's down this year
Oh,
a bit. First of all, the
but
NFC as a
really,
whole.
if you look over at the offense at the AFC side, the Bills, they're kind of mad right now. Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, but they just struggled against the Texans. I know any given Sunday, but against the worst team in the NFL,
Right.
really? I don't
We
know.
wouldn't we wouldn't struggle against them.
We
Trey
wouldn't
Lance
struggle.
beat them last year to get
I
us
mean, have
to the
you seen?
playoffs.
Have we struggled against any team in our 7-game win streak?
No.
Maybe against the Chargers. Have
Okay. I'll give
Was
it.
it really a struggle against the Chargers?
It wasn't. In a lot of these games, faithful, and it's been folks, they've really been further away than some of the scores indicate, in my opinion. We haven't turned the ball over a lot, but a play here or there, penalty, whatever the case is, Kyle taking his foot off the gas, things like that. In the Seattle, Seattle shouldn't have ever scored a touchdown. Did they score? Who got the touchdown on us at the end of the game? Well, Seattle actually did score a touchdown on us at the end of this game. That's happened on a couple of games, maybe a couple of the last 3 games. At the end, we let them score a touchdown, and that should never happen. My man in the building, Mark, what's happening? Always faithful 24/7 podcast, folks. Please check that channel out on Twitter and here on YouTube. Subscribe, follow. Excellent 49ers content creator, someone I call a friend. How you doing, brother? What's going on with yourself and your family? Hopefully everybody's good. How do you feel being an NFC West champion? Right now, we're talking 49ers versus Commanders and the impact of Chase Young possibly being back this upcoming Saturday. And remember, folks, that's a Saturday game. Please subscribe to the channel. We will be here. We'll be here, but it'll be different, probably different, a little bit of a setup. But we will be live streaming for that game with play-by-play and fun with all of us faithful. Of course, you can jump around to all the different streams. Of course, that's going to be going on that day. But try to step up and spend a second with us. We'd appreciate it. We're also on the way to 600 subscribers. So please subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. You'll be available to see when we go live that day, when we further stamp our place in the playoffs. Try to get to that second level. And we said we're going to have all of our players playing this week. Possibly, I don't know about Ken Law. We know he came out off of. We definitely shouldn't have Khalil Davis yet, but possibly Ken Law. But as you said, Chase Young doesn't have. we could
Jalen
definitely
needs
have
to get his football legs going before the playoffs.
before the yes, and we're just talking about that. Damian Lee said Chase Young doesn't have his football legs yet. The NFL is faster than college. I don't expect him to really be a big factor for us this weekend anyway. Niner Empire said, "What's up?" to Always Faithful. Always Faithful says back, "What's up?" back. All is well, says my man Mark. No problem, man. I'm excited for the game too. We're excited for the game this Saturday. We're talking about Chase Young. Mark, what do you think about that? If you don't mind, do you think Chase Young could be a problem for us or anything with that defense? Sixth or
I'm excited
seventh.
for all
Say again.
games. I'm just excited for all games. I mean,
Amen.
I just love it. I just love Niner football. All games there's nothing like it.
There's nothing like Niner football. Like for real. I struggled for a few years, maybe 5 years back, on which one was the best for me. That was now if Kobe reincarnated or something like that, I don't know. Maybe then I would have to decide again. But baseball is my third. Shout out to the Dodgers, letting everybody go. But the Lakers and the Niners, but then I guess within the last couple of years, I was like, no, it's football. Football is life. This metaphors of life sprinkled all within football. Teamwork, hard work, listening to following, leading, all kind of shit. Yelling.
I think I'm becoming a little bit of a soccer guy. After watching the World Cup,
you said you're becoming a little bit of a bag of piss and a bag of blood guy, son. Do you know that about soccer, son? We'll talk. Dad's gonna talk to you. They throw bags of piss and bags of blood on the players and on each other and stuff like that at soccer games. Did you know that? Did you know that, folks? Have any of you ever heard of the bags of piss and blood that they throw at soccer games? It's real. Did you see Argentina today go underground?
Oh yeah, I saw Argentina was
4 million people in the streets, sexting, stealing, stabbing, and killing. I'm sure a lot of bad shit went down on the streets of Argentina today when you couldn't see the sidewalk.
Celebration.
Well, I didn't see anything bad. I'm just assuming. I'm a pessimist, son. You know your father.
4 million people, something bad happened.
4 million people, somebody lost their wallet. Somebody lost their purse.
Somebody got hurt.
Somebody got hurt. Somebody got grabbed. Somebody got stepped on. Somebody got sexually assaulted. 4 million people are estimated on the grounds and on the floors of Argentina today for your soccer. So back to the real football now. Damian Lee says 24-12, Niners over Washington. We'll drop some score predictions in just a couple of minutes, but just a couple more things. Let's switch over to the other side of the ball. The offense for the Washington Redskins. What they've always. So they've always had.
I don't want you to get
the Hawks. Don't shut me down, YouTube. I heard that you're on a rampage right now with 49ers content creators. Don't shut me down. Take it easy on me. My apologies. The Washington Commanders of Daniel Snyder have had for decades and decades the Hogs, their offensive line. They're assuming that they want to try to bring that out. Aaron Andrews is probably going to take a sleeping pill when James leaves, but Damien, you should know by now what happens if you bring him up on this channel.
Who is Aaron Andrews again? I completely forgot who that was.
Feels great, baby.
Oh.
The blonde that he said it to. The girl that he said it to. Yeah, Blondie.
Everybody else would be relieved.
Like a weight off my back. A 77,000-pound boulder off my shoulders.
I pray for Rita every night.
I pray for your hands, Rita. Yes, my son's praying for you. We pray for your fingers, Rita. Your digital, your charcoal, whatever the fuck you're drawing him with every single day. Respect to you, and we pray for you. We pray it gets to end soon, but then what's going to become of your life, Rita, when he is finally gone? Big City in the building. What's happening? Let's go, faithful. Niner ganger, don't bang. We know what it is. Saturday game against the Commanders. Please hit that like button if you don't mind. Unless you, again, like I always said, that you're not enjoying, and then tell me why. We'll try to fix it. I'll try to fix it. The offense though for the Redskins, again, they got the running game. The Hogs, they used to say, son, that's what they call it. They even wear, fans in the crowd wear, I don't know if you've seen any of those clips. Fans in the crowd are wearing pig noses. They have a a good, decent offensive line this year. They got the young man, James Robinson Jr. Shout out to him, straight up. The man was shot this year, and it has been balling as a rookie. So much respect to that man. Meet Dre Greenlaw, though. And then, of course, again, OH, Buckeyes, go Bucks. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, is one of the top 10 wide receivers in all of football. How you see our defense faring against them, and then popping a Heineken.
As we've seen already, D'Amico Ryans is not afraid to switch up and put our number one corner on everybody else's number one receiver. He will have him switching sides, constantly putting Ward, Charvarius Ward, on the number one receiver. Charvarius Ward is going to lock him down, and there's just nothing he can do about it. Taylor Heineke's not going to have time. It's just going to be a bludgeon, really.
There's that word again. We saw what he did to Dick King Metcalf, and whatever color his hair was this past Thursday. Shut him down. 4 for 33, I believe, on either 7 or 9 targets. It just escapes me. But 4 for 33 for old DK. So, yeah, old Terry, I expect him to receive more of the same. I expect, just like you said, and shout out to D'Amico. See you later, D'Amico. We love you. Much love. Have a good rest of your life. You're gone.
Get you a ring, and then you can go.
Yes, let's do that first. Let's get you a ring, and then you can go. But yeah, shout out to D'Amico. If there's an assistant coach of the year or whatever, don't fuck it. First of all, we need to be getting coach of the year. The man's on his 3rd quarterback, and he really is a quarterback. He really is 18th running back. He really is a quarterback whisperer. We all try to take credit from him when we're pissed at him, but he really is. He's a genius. He's maybe he needs a personality check a little bit, and maybe that would help some of his coaching. But he knows how to coach football. I think his personality gets in his way.
Coaching.
There you go. His personality hinders his coaching, but that's we all nobody's perfect, but he's a goddamn good coach, and D'Amico is going to be a great one too. But yes, I agree with what Mark is saying earlier too. Our offensive line has been in a rhythm. Really, the offense as a whole, I think, is just getting into a different rhythm right now. Kyle in his bag, also in a rhythm. I'm not too worried about Chase Young and their defense either. I think we actually put up points on them. We are at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I think we actually put up points on them. Brian saying, what's up to always faithful? Mark, yep, absolutely. We all know each other. Oh, my man in the building. What's up? Also back from Mark to Bryant. God bless. Niner, please, as he said, debo the like button. I know you already did, Niner. What's happening, brother? Thank you for stepping up. We're talking Niners, Commanders right now. We're on offense, right? Oh, yeah. No, we're on we're on defense. The Commanders are on offense. We're talking about Terry McLaurin, the scary man. We're talking about 50 Cent, James Robinson Jr. And we're talking about Heineken. What do we think that we can see out of them versus our defense? We've already spoken about basically Charvarius Ward, the lockdown man on our team right now. Was a Ward Island, Charvarius Island right now, switching back and forth all throughout the game on the main receiver. So we expect him to be on Scary Terry all game long. And then as long as we don't let the Hogs on the offensive line, as they say for the Redskins, push our defensive line back. And then we got Kinlaw coming back for that as well, possibly for this game. Kyle is not waiting. Kyle said in the press conference today, the second he's ready, he's in the game. PT, playing time. So I don't think that their offense is going to be able to move the ball on us. And I think that Taylor Heineke gets to meet the small bear. I'm calling for 2 more for him.
Their offense mainly it runs through their run game, and they're not going to be able to run the ball on us. That's how they beat the Eagles. Their run game is how they beat the Eagles. They're not.
Which is why they got Sue.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to run the ball on us, so they're not going to be able to get their offense going. It's it's just not gonna happen. Another shutout, I'm calling for it.
You, my son, Big Play Trey is putting it out there right now on Tuesday, on 49ers Tuesday, shutout of the Redskins.
Eight
I can
straight,
see that.
8 straight win, second shutout in like 5 weeks.
You folks know that we've given up less touchdown. We have more. The defense is just stupid. More interceptions than touchdown passes.
We have
Shut up.
more interceptions than touchdown passes.
We've given up 12 touchdown passes. We have 14 interceptions. Holla if you hear me.
Man,
15 points a
that
game. The
was
defense
really
is
something that
historic.
we struggled with as a defense, really making turnovers. That was just our biggest struggle. And now it's just we
It's not
turned the ball
anymore.
like we got 3 sacks last game. I think we had dropped picks. We had a pick called back. We had 3 picks in that game that we should have had. 2 were
We had a
dropped.
pick six call back, of course,
Pick
as
six called
usual.
back. And then we of course had that big fumble that led to a touchdown. I mean, we as a defense, we really force turnovers now. Big time.
I want to get these comments up real quick. In the building. Thank you for stepping up, Miss Mariah, my Las Vegas sister from another mother, but from the same gang, Niner gang. What's happening, Mariah? Everybody knows Mariah. Everybody's saying hello to her. Our girl Mariah Faithful in the building. Yep. What's up? Brian saying what's up to Mariah. Mariah saying what's up back to the fellas. We're gonna definitely get together for a show. Mariah. Actually, but I was just doing a show earlier today with Ted. Ted Talks Ball. And then I was watching his show after that with Kelts Chronicles. Ted and Kelts was together, and we were all basically talking all day about we need to get a major stream, like a 20-person or some shit, with just all the content creators, as many as we can get onto somebody's live or multiple lives. We need to do something, put something together.
Everybody can go live.
Everybody just something. We need to do something. We need to set something up. We get to into the playoffs and shit. I think that's what us content creators. I'm gonna put that shit out on Twitter and follow us on Twitter, by the way, at Bam Bam LLD. That's just 2 M's. BAM. Okay, it's right there. We always show it. It's right there. It's real simple. Mariah saying what's good though. Bryant says he called in to NBN tonight. I sound like I called. You sound like you're underwater. And by the way, yes, we're always looking at. If you want to jump on the stream, the link can just come in a hot second. Somebody wants to speak their mind. Boom, it's right there. If you do, let us know, or just click it and it just pops up anyway. But Mariah says yes. Hey, David, rest in peace. Horns down, backside up. Yeah, so nobody can hear anybody. That's what Kel said. We just all talking and shit. Just talk over each other. It's all right. The people that don't do content, all the y'all that we love that come into the comments and really do content because you keep the comment sections just blasting all the time. So they'll be able to hear us or they'll watch us. I guess we'll talk to all y'all. Just get wild with the shit. I don't even it's fun on here. I appreciate you as well, Brian, all the time. So again, 49ers, Commanders. Let's get some score predictions. I think that we put up some points against them based on the things that we've been saying so far today. And then boom, David, you got some mail. You've got mail. There's some mail coming your way, David. Hopefully I can get into that same atmosphere in the new year. Myself, my sons, we can start doing some giveaways on our channel. Miss Mariah does giveaways, and so please subscribe to Miss Mariah 49 faithfully. She has an excellent 49ers content creator and has an excellent channel, makes excellent content, does giveaways, does multi-person talks with our different content creators that we do have. So please check her out. And Brian, I think so. I think we all just jumped on that shit. Everybody's stream will go up. To be honest with you, if we pull that together, we need to look into that. No, like for real, at least we can get 2 streams going. I know it's something. There got to be some kind of way. This is 2023. The technology is there. But score predictions, son. Do you have a score prediction for this game? All of you are the goats.
I'm trying to just be realistic, but
okay. You already called it a shutout.
Yeah, seeing what we done against the Bucks, against the Dolphins, and the Seahawks, I mean, all right. I'm just gonna get. I'm gonna say something like it might be. I don't want to get too crazy, but if we put up 30 plus points, I see the defense maybe at least allowing a field goal, but
Mm-hmm.
I say something like 38-0.
Take it easy. Take it easy. 38 to zip
On a
is what
playoff team. On a playoff
on
team.
a potential. Well, yeah, I mean, I think they are locked into the playoffs right now. As we all know, we're trying to move up to second place, the second seed. We do need Minnesota to do some Minnesota things though for that to happen. Um, David says, "Right, okay, we have to get it from the post office. My mail lady was attacked. Ouch.
Ooh, what?
She's okay, but the FBI is damn, and I don't get mail until it's completed. Jesus Christ. Well, um, first of all, shout out to your mail lady, David, and hopefully she is doing okay. Recover soon, miss. Feel better. That sucks. Seriously, that's just the FBI like this. That's not what your life is, man. On the road, that's not your life. You know, FBI investigators and shit, and you were attacked trying to do your job. Wow. Prayers up to her. And they always say congrats again at Mariah, and you should absolutely clap that up. Mariah reaching over 400 subscribers. Keep showing them love, faithful. Please, yes, subscribe to all the channels. Always faithful. Mark has a channel. If you have a channel in here, just raise your hand. Honestly, but Mariah, yes, please subscribe to all of us, folks. Subscribe to us if you're watching as well. Again, like I said, I'm sure you're enjoying. Subscribe to us. We would appreciate it. We would enjoy that. We want to push the 600 subscribers. We want to get there by the end of the year. It's probably not going to happen when I look at my math. And really, what just I got coming up for the next 11 days, a lot of travel, and besides my children. So in the holidays, but we're trying to get there. 600 subscribers. We thank you so much. We really appreciate each and every one of you that do. And Mariah appreciates Mark's shout out. Yeah, hitting 400. It's seeing that subscriber number turn over to 2 zeros again. Always feels good. It always feels good, and you're just one step closer to hitting that mark. Mark as well also says no doubt. I have one video. I don't count it. Damn it, Brian. If I haven't seen it, I'm going to go watch it after this. Not now, folks, because we're live. But again, definitely, all you go check that video out for Brian if you haven't seen it. And I haven't seen it, I'm going to go watch it, like it. I might share it, all that shit. Brian, you do count. You're in the comments like we already talked about. And if you've made a video and uploaded to YouTube, just one video in your life, you are a YouTuber and a content creator. Believe me, because it is not a joke. All right. So and Mariah says, I think we can do it. I think we can too, Mariah. We're gonna get on that. I'm about to put that out on Twitter. It's here live. So yeah, if y'all want to do it first, go ahead. You can take the credit. Kels, yee! Dog, I know I did it. I know that was it. Return of the Barbarian. Will Christmas come early? Maybe Arnold will come. I don't know. We get some Schwarzenegger for Christmas. Is that what we're doing? But will Christmas come early? I think Christmas does come early for us. I think we lay a beat down on them one day early. Brian says, shout out all the content creators. He appreciates all of us. And Brian, we all appreciate you for real, keeping our comment sections going. So Kelts, again, we were talking about you earlier, just here in the chat. You had a guest seat today on TED Talks Ball. Excellent 49ers content creator, Kelch Chronicles. So please go follow and subscribe to his channel as well. Whether you're seeing this now and you haven't already. Yes, we talked about it. Ken Law. What are your thoughts on that, Kelts? Or again, the link is in the comments. If somebody wants to jump in and let their voice be heard and their face be seen, or just their face be seen, or just their voice be heard, whichever one you want to do, go ahead and do that. But yes, Ken Law is back. We've opened up the practice window for Ken Law and Kalia Davis. And we talked about that earlier. Do we see, okay, if we get Ken Law in this game, can we possibly see Ken Law with a sack in this game? Or you think he takes it easy?
I think it would be because of Kyle. I know Kyle said if he's ready, he's gonna play. But we just have so many guys on the D line. He's not gonna just throw Ken Law in there like that. Ken Law might get I don't know. He's definitely gonna get limited snaps. Like I don't know if it's gonna be like Drake Jackson, but he'll definitely have limited snaps. I don't think he gets a sack because of that. But I do think Bosa gets two in this game, moving up to 17.5. I think Bosa will get two in this game.
You think Bosa gets 2 sacks in this game? What do some of you have Bosa ending the season at as far as sacks? Now, I was doing the hashtag dub before the season started again. There's 2 things that I was calling for before the season. Number 1, defense, which we have hit, and Nick Bosa getting to 20 sacks. Sincerely.
20 sacks
That's
though. 5 sacks in 3
boom.
games. You can do it now. You think you can do that?
I think he can do well 4.5. Right. I appreciate you at Platform 246 for the content you put. Oh, thank you so much, Nana. We appreciate you as well. Sincerely, I hope everybody knows that we sincerely appreciate every person who watches a video, whether you enjoy it, whether you don't enjoy it. I'm assuming most of you do. Y'all always come back to the comments. Thank you. But I know that there's some people who probably do not agree with all of my opinions. So, but just watching it, I heard that today, actually, as a matter of fact. But I sincerely want to say thank you. Rich called in. We have a guest in the building right now. Brian's calling people to call in. Let's bring in Eric. I think we've had you on. What's happening, sir? Thank you for stepping up. Welcome to Platform 246 for real, for real.
Hey,
What you got to say,
man?
brother? Excellent. Thank you for coming in. How are you?
Doing all right.
So what are your thoughts on the Commanders and the 49ers?
Well, I hope y'all can beat the Commandos.
No doubt we are. No doubt we are.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you think we have a good chance of doing so?
I believe so.
If you had to maybe say, one area or one thing that can help put us over the hump and make sure that we do win this game, what would it be? What player? What side of the ball? Would it be our defense? Do you think the offense comes to play at home against a really good defensive team in Washington as well? What do you think would be the biggest factor in us winning the game?
Probably if you could stop Terry McLaurin, that would be a big help.
Yeah. Stopping Scary Terry.
Stopping Scary Terry. And yes, thank you. Hold on. Let me get a couple of these in here real quick. Awesome. From Bryant. We are. Absolutely we are. And then Mariah saying yes. And thank you, by the way, Eric. I want to say thank you for just, first of all, for jumping on, then for staying with us as a Seahawks fan. Yes, Mariah, he is a very cool guy. Like, he's not like those sheep fans. They just like to troll all of our comments, including the real 49ers page. There'll be more Lambs fans in the 49ers in Kyle Shanahan's press conferences than there is us. Okay. And there'll be a lot of us in there. The content creators and just regular people who don't make any YouTube videos at all. There'll be a whole lot of us in there. We're always all in there together with Ram fans. But Eric, much love to you. So you think we need to stop Terry McLaurin?
Yeah.
Do you think our corner that we have? Go ahead, Trey.
Go ahead. It really is just that a playoff race for like that 7-6 seed. Everybody's got like around 7 wins, so it's like around Lions, Commanders, Seahawks, Giants. It really is a race for those last two, really.
So Eric, hearing that, do you think that maybe Washington can play a little bit above their pay grade? Maybe play out their head a little bit since they are playing for a playoff spot. I think we've all seen Heineke do some work. We've all seen that. We all saw the viral clip, I'm sure, last year with Chase Young, with the back shit with the Heineke. This is my man. We all saw that, right? So do you think that because they are playing for a playoff berth, they're coming off a loss? You think they maybe can, do some damage to us? They are on a short week as well. We need to remember they played Sunday Night Football and they're playing a Saturday game. We played 9 days ago by the time that game comes.
That might be a plus for Dan Fran. That would be a big help and a big asset to Dan Francisco.
I just think we've had more time. We've just had more time to game plan. They only have 6 and we've had 9. I don't see them really doing anything to us at all.
Yep.
So Faithful in the comments, Eric, too, for you. Last thing for you. Give me a score prediction.
I mean, I would think what maybe 20 to by 10 San Fran or 27 or something like that. 10.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think it'll
I
be
like
low
that.
scoring for the Commanders if they do at all.
Yeah.
And David got him right there about the same. Yeah, you're saying so 10 points. Okay, so you're looking for 27 to 10. Would you put money on that, Eric?
Well, I'm not much of a gambling man, so
Me either. Neither am I. Neither am I.
no.
But you put your word out there. You're putting your word out there, David. I mean, why do you keep trying to call you David? My apologies, Eric. Sincerely, yes, Eric is saying 27 to 10. Any final thoughts for you on this game, or who do you have? Who do you play this week, Eric?
We got Kansas City this week.
You do. Damn. Okay. What are your thoughts?
Well, the beautiful thing about the Seattle Kansas City game is that I got family in Missouri, so there's no way that I can lose that game because I
Okay.
can either be happy. I'm gonna be happy either way. Yeah.
So, but what if Seattle, who you come in with a green E and came in and claimed Seattle from the first day like a man, right? What if they do get the W over a former just recent Super Bowl winner and Patty the man? You're not gonna feel just a little bit better if they do get the W, or it won't matter to
Well,
you.
I'll be happy if we get the win. Yes.
Of
You'll be happy if you
course.
get the win. You guys still have a chance to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And yes, we want to score predictions. That's our last thing. So we got 27 to 10 from Eric. Thank you so much, Eric, for stepping up, man. I sincerely
Oh, no
appreciate it.
problem.
And I got love for you, my man. Again, you are a Seahawks fan. No disrespect, no nothing but you are a Seattle Seahawks fan. While you're here, no disrespect. So thank you so much for stepping up
No
and for
problem.
coming in with us and just giving us your opinion. Sincerely appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. Always faithful. Mark, he says, this is the best time for Kinlaw to get in game refs. That's exactly what Trey said. Y'all on the same page, Mark. You're on the same page as my boy. Yep. We need him to get his sea legs right now. If we just talking about Seahawks, we need Kinlaw to get his feet wet before the playoffs start so he can actually be something to help or be a player that can actually help us and make a benefit out of his goddamn draft pick. Javon, we pulling for you, dog. Grant's pulling for you. You turned him. You burned him and you punked him and everything, but you turned him. Kind
For
of.
real. I actually just watched that video before I hopped on the live stream. Like
Just
5 minutes
to see it
before I
one more
hopped on the
time.
live stream, I watched that video again. Just because he's coming back. Somebody's coming back. Just watch that video again.
I think we all need to, I think I did get a little mashup for that video when it happened. We need to re-release that video in honor of Javon Kinlaw coming back, the big dog, slippers, man. He wears a lot of Crocs, apparently. But yes, I do agree. We definitely need his presence in the interior. We were talking about that earlier, being able to stop, James Robinson, being able to push the pocket for Heineke alongside Eric Armstead. Armstead coming back has been really big for us in pushing the pocket in the middle, slowing down the run game up the middle. And the Big City says, I agree. Stop McLaurin, and there's no stopping us in this game. As long as he doesn't get 175 and 2 tutties, I don't see them beating us with the runner in the run game. Yeah, no, I honestly don't think that they're Tyreek back with Patrick is not going to get 175 on us on our defense today. Our defense today, there isn't anybody getting that. I don't believe. I hope I'm right, but I agree with you completely.
We'll find out.
Yes, we will. Niner Empire always podcast says 30-7. Niner gang. Niners win. I think we have a consensus. I don't think there are too many faithful who are really worried about this game. Mainly, we got Brock off of 9 days rest. Get that oblique and that the rib, back intact. Kyle has 9 days to scheme for Chase Young in his first action of the year, maybe. And Kerrigan is gone. Like whoever else they have on defense. Like I know they have some players and he tried to big them up in the press conference today, but I know inside he's doing backflips. Like we're going to beat their ass. They're coming across the country after 6 days rest. We've been sitting in for 9 days. They've been asking me constantly over the last 3 days, what have you been doing over the weekend? That's all I've been hearing him talk more about that than anything else. What he's did for his days off. So I think that the team is going to feel that. All the players are going to feel that, and then we're going to make Washington feel that. Mark says, well, Niner says first 30-7, you get drubbed. Bludgeon brothers, Yak Bros, Bludgeon Bros, whichever one you want it to be. We got that coming for you, Washington. 27-17, Niners, says Mark. Shout out to Mark.
17 is a lot.
How do they get 17 points on us? Let me ask that. Do they go up and down? Are they able to just go up and down the field? Is that 2 busts?
We can't.
A turnover on a short field?
They can't move the ball without a run. Their passing game is it's not good enough. Even if Scary Terry gets 175 yards in this game, which I don't know how, that would be his best game of the season against the best defense. I don't know how that would happen.
They'd have 215 yards passing.
They have 215 yards passing?
They would have, if he got 175, they'd have 215.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, I don't know. 17 is a lot. Even if he got 175, I don't think they'd get 17 points. 17 points is a lot. I mean, look at what we did against the Seahawks. Look at their receivers.
And they had 2, right? We broke Tyler Lockett's hand, if I'm not mistaken. Was that in our game?
I think he went was it like 7 games in a row that he had a touchdown?
Yeah.
And then snapped, played us.
All good things must come to an end. And yeah, like you said, it came out the stat over the last couple of days, Faithful, 1-12. That's a hashtag 1-12 on Twitter. And again, follow us on Twitter, please, at BamBamLLD.
One team that did beat us
got a bye week.
They had a bye week.
They had a bye week
to rest up. The one team that beat us, the one team that won was coming off of a bye.
They also did beat us, of course. We also know that was the Chiefs. But then they got, so every team just about, after you play us, that's your ass.
You lose.
You lose the next game because nobody's ready to play. Nobody's ready to play. We've ended seasons. We've ended seasons early. We've ended coaches' careers.
For real.
We walked people, win or loss, and people have gotten fired because of us. people want to retire after our games, I think. Number 17 is good. That's Terry McLaurin. We're talking all 17 right now. Number 17, Terry McLaurin, and 17. Can they score 17 points against us? If they score 17 points against us, I think we are in.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be in a hell of a game. Though I mean that's Mark. No, shout out to Mark, of course. But and I respect that. Give it them. The less you expect, you don't get disappointed. So we expect a shutout. And we saw earlier some people saying 9. That's kind of about where I'm at. I'm gonna give him 10. I was going with 27-10 was what my score was.
The last time we played the Commanders, it was that
it was
rainy
9
game. It was 9-0. It was that monsoon game.
Shut them out.
Rookie year, 9-0.
Right. It was a monsoon. That was part of our thumbnail here. Was Bosa sliding after the sack. Or intentional, whatever the fuck it was, intentional grounding. I can't remember. He does that.
The video that came out this week and how upset the Commanders commentator was.
I did.
Sliding all over the field.
They're acting like fools. The Commander. Washington's going to remember that sometime. Well, hopefully they remember that this Saturday, sir. I hope to God they remember it this Saturday.
And when you're
I hope half the team is still there. And I hope I get your feed, get a little bit of it. Tell us how you feel. Yeah, I think you reminded me of that, son. Yes, I think you might have sent that to me. I don't know, but he did say that we were acting like fools. Look at him. It's like he sounded like the Mr. Burns from the fucking Simpsons. Basically, is what he sounded like. Like, get your shut up, poof, out of here. Shut your mouth. I don't give a fuck what your thoughts are. Yes, we got the Washington Commanders skins this week. Nine says, I respect your prediction, always faithful. Absolutely. We definitely respect Mark. He's an extra 49ers content creator and a real G, a real 49er. Mark is definitely that. We played 2019 and 2020. I think we did. Did they beat us recently?
The Commanders?
I think they were the Redskins.
I thought the last time we played them was 2019 in the monsoon game. I'm
I
pretty sure that
think
was the
I,
last time we played them.
I think so. I think you're. I'm not sure, but I did see today sometime, and you usually remember everything, son. So I would usually go with your thoughts. But I did see. I think that somebody said that they beat us in 2020. Did that happen?
2020, I think if I don't even remember that year. That year we were riddled with injuries. Whole team was injured. We went 6-10. I don't
Six and
even
10.
remember
Right.
that year.
It
But
sucked.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think we played them that year.
I didn't think we did either. I thought the last time we played them was the Washington game.
Yeah, in
Marcus saying it
Washington.
now.
I don't remember us playing them there.
Sometimes Lawrence's fall a little short. All love, absolutely all love for doing all of us. They beat us. I want to say they did, son. I just don't remember it completely, but I actually read it today online too. So I guess they did remember it the next year. Well, hopefully they still hold on to it this week, or it's not. Hopefully it rains in San Francisco so we can still do it. But or 2021. I think it might have been the 2020 year. That might have been one of our 10 losses, son. We just blocked it out of our mind. To be honest with you, but not out of my mind is definitely this stream. I want to say 12. Oh, damn, he got the exact date. And my man Bryant, thank you for the stats. 12, 13, 20. So just about 2 years and 2 weeks to the day, we're going to stomp a mud hole in your asses. Stone Cold Steve Austin style or Stone Cold Kittle. And with that said, you got any final thoughts?
Nope. Let's just let's not get any injuries this game. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah. That's what we hope for.
At the end of the day, I don't care if we win or lose this anymore. No injuries.
So you don't even care if we win or lose this game.
If we lose this game, but every single person leaves healthy, I would be totally happy with that.
Even though we're going to be live streaming it.
Yes,
you'll be watching the loss.
I will sit there and I will take that loss live as long as everybody leaves healthy. If we win, but somebody important goes down, I mean,
what's the point?
Yeah, what are we going to be thinking? What are we going to be thinking? Somebody gets
even greater comments.
Injury,
yeah, I know, right? So
we won.
6 weeks.
But we blew them out, though. We blew them out, but they're out for 6 weeks. But we blew them out.
We're not going to throw any names out there. We're not going to do it. We're going to stop it right there. Great comments, greater comments. Thank y'all so much for coming up and stepping up with us tonight, keeping us company and talking this Niner ball. Niner gang or don't bang, as always. My thoughts are the same. I just want to make sure that there are no injuries this week. You know how I am, son. I don't know if I can stay the same as far as winning and losing. But definitely,
would you ever win or have one of our key guys go down?
I would rather have everybody be safe. I would rather lose the game and we got out with every single person safe.
We're already in the playoffs. We gotta remember, we're already in the playoffs.
We are in the playoffs. Thank you so much, Mark. Kyle says he's not resting anyone, by the way. God bless to everybody in the chat. Go Niners, Niner gang, faithful forever. Yes, he said he's not resting anyone. We are already in the playoffs. So my biggest thing is, like you said, yes, son, get out of there healthy. Wins don't matter. And seeding for us, faithful, last thing, seeding does not matter for our team. We can go anywhere. We went to Lambeau shit stadium last year and beat the piss out them in their home. So I don't think that this is going to make any difference whether we're in third place, fourth place, second place, but we can't get any lower than third place. Third, second, or first, you still have to go through us, and it's going to be a long day for your team. So with that, again, thank y'all so much for watching. Niner gang or don't bang. I'll look for all of y'all in the comments all around YouTube. Again, thank you so much for watching. Let's get this W. Let's get out safe. Kyle, give us a couple of them rooks, Kyle. TDP, Danny Gray, just a little bit. That's all we need. And I think we'll be good. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all be safe.